Hey, what's everyone? Welcome to today's video. I thought I'd get outside, get some fresh air. And as you can see, the sun's actually out, as yesterday's video was freezing cold. So today, I'm gonna try to discuss two topics. But before I do that, thank you to everyone that is new to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. You guys are amazing. Check out everything else we got going on in the channel. And today, I'm gonna try to cover two topics in one, because it was just gonna be about homeschooling, but we just had a situation that just happened before I hit record on this video, so I thought I would include it. I'll get into the second topic later on. So the first topic, homeschooling when your kid is home all the time. All right, now I know a lot of parents have questions, are overwhelmed with this, because you might not just have one child with special needs, you might have 2 or 3 typical kids as well, or 2 kids that are on the spectrum. So I can only give you advice on what we're doing, what I think would work, just simple tips. So please keep that in mind when I'm talking here. But I have gotten questions, so I'm trying to make a video about this and kind of just show you what we're doing. And Madi would have been sitting here right with me, but we just had a major incident. So I'm not gonna push that. I'm just gonna try to do the video myself, but with her materials. So what Madi has done for Jayden, the first thing she did, and again, Jayden is much more severe than a lot of other people, but she still made a little schedule, okay? Like here's Sebastian's schedule, but then she also made a timeline schedule for Jayden to keep structure for him every single day, because we don't know how long this is gonna go on for, and that's going to help him. Originally, his transition from school to being home was not good, as you guys can, I'm sure, understand. But if you give them a structured schedule, over time it's going to sink in with all your kids, obviously on different time frames on how long it takes for the transition to take place. So step 1 was make a schedule for the parent side and for our kid side. Now with Jayden, there's only so much we can do. We're not going to have huge expectations, just like we don't when he's at school. So it's the basics, and I'm gonna be blunt here because I don't want to beat around the bush and try to say you need to go above and beyond. No, the first and most important thing in your house is keeping everything together and keeping your house stable mentally. So if things aren't going too well for you and you're too stressed and it's not working out for your kid, then dial it back, pull it back, and understand what's going on right now. Here is such a small season in your child's life. It's okay if you don't give 100%. Long as they're occupied, they're safe, and they're not destroying things or driving the rest of the family mad or kooky, okay? I'm just trying to be real. Oh, my battery's dying on me. Again, I always try to be blunt. A lot of people like to be PC. All right, sorry. Camera kicked me off. I don't know what happened there. So what I was saying is pull back, don't go overboard. Now you might be like, well, that's horrible. I need to get what's best for my kid. Yeah, sure, you do. We all do. But you gotta be within a reason, folks. Again, this is a couple weeks in their entire life. Do not stress your child out, yourself, your other family members, because you're trying to give them too much work. It's overloading them, or you're giving them too difficult work, okay? Understand your child, know your child, and just realize, and think about what's best. So what we do with Jayden here's a couple examples I just want to give you. So here is a packet that Madi has printed out of tracing. It's every single letter in the alphabet. It's pretty big. It's going to take a while for Jayden to get through. And just in the past couple days, this is so cute, by the way. So Jayden can write his own name. That's probably to the extent, because over the years he's learned his name. So we're very proud of him for doing that. And then we ask him to trace A and B and C, and every day he does a page. And for Jayden, each page does take some time. So this is a very common thing for him to do at school that we're bringing home, and then transition is very easy for him because he already knows what to do. He's been doing it for years. So for Jayden, this is very good. Now you guys who have higher functioning kids, you might be like, well, that's really elementary for my kid. Well, okay, I'm just explaining again what works at our house for our child, but again, you have to figure out what levels of difficulty you have to give for your kid. So very simple, but takes up some time. Secondly, welcome to the 90s. So we had this lying around, and it's an old book from the 90s. Reading Mastery Plus, Workbook B. It's very good. So there's certain pages in here that do not apply to Jayden, but we've picked out certain pages that do. So for example, here, it's kind of a this then that, or this is that. So on certain pages, it will just say, hey, show us all the animals, Jayden. And then it will have police officers and other people, and then he'll point to the animals. Or it will say, connect the dots on these things that are alike or are similar, and Jay does understand that. So there's a lot of cool things in here. And again, guys, this is a generic 99-cent book from a thrift store. So if you don't have anything and all the thrift stores are closed, go online. As an ex-teacher, I know there's tons of great stuff online. Print it out. Think of like some clever workbook ideas, some real simple tasks, some fun things with pictures. Illustrations always help with our kids. We know this. So make that happen. Real simple for Mari and Jayden. And then, this is cool. So I didn't bring the actual machine out. So then the arts and craft times. We have this cool little, I don't even know what it is because I've never seen it in my life, and it's not even new. So there's a little stamp pad, and he can take, there's like 6 different options. He'll stick the pad, and then when he presses it down, it becomes blue. Like it starts off white and just becomes blue, and then he'll switch pads to the yellow one. So for him to do that alone takes time up, right? So it's not just him quickly making this sheet. This sheet actually took a half hour each day. So here's today's work. Oh, hold on, battery's low. So here's today's work, yesterday's work, and then the other day. So see, every day he has a real simple arts and crafts period. And because of the machine we have, that's really, really cool. I wish I had it on me, but you guys can't get it anyway because everything's closed. This takes up time, and again, very simple for Jayden, keeps him occupied, and hopefully for you. And then the last thing is we figure out some sort of video we try to watch. Now for us, we always try to do videos of faith, because we know Jay understands it. We know Jay gets it. So VeggieTales in our house is still a big thing. Jayden's been watching VeggieTales his entire life. He loves VeggieTales, guys. He can't get enough of it. So we have an educational, faith-based video, and we do that for 20 to 30 minutes mixed in. And then of course, lunchtime is in between all this. So that is basically our daily routine. But what happens? Well, in between all that, while our kids are home, let's go on to the last part, and that is meltdowns. So, as I showed you at the beginning of the video, Jay was outside, sitting on the front porch, having a great day, and then what happens? Well, this happened. Yeah, as you can see, Jayden demolished his iPod. He's had that thing for years, as you can see. We've tried to just keep the same headphones alive, but for once, or for the first time, I'm sorry, he actually broke it or threw it hard enough because he was outside. He threw it on the concrete because the song didn't play right, or it was a song he didn't like, and it set him off, and boom, there goes the phone that we've had for a long, long time that was very close and dear to us. We said a prayer for it and threw it out in the garbage. So you see, a result of your child being home now is going to be what? More meltdowns. I get that. That's a common question, guys. So you guys are going through a lot more stressful situations for your kids. Is there an easy way around this? No, of course not. That's a universal question parents always ask everyone. How do I control the meltdowns, stop the meltdowns? Well, you can't stop them. You can limit it. You can do the best you can for your house and for your child. So you have to figure out ways to keep them occupied again in your house. I can't tell you exactly what to do, but in our house, we are doing Disney videos like I mentioned yesterday. We're doing lots of Disney movies. We're trying to play music, we're trying to dance, and today, now that it's nicer, I will take Jayden outside and we'll try to have some fun, and we'll run around and I'll create some little exercise games for the kids. So those are things you can touch on and you can do, but there's no way around it. We live by an airport, by the way. But you have to understand, meltdowns are gonna happen. Jayden's older, Jayden's 13. So I'm thinking of when Jayden was 3, 4, and 5. It was crazy chaotic. So to those parents who have younger kids, I feel your pain. I understand. We have been in those situations where Jayden used to scream over 100 times a day. Jayden was everywhere. He was like the Tasmanian devil. He would be breaking stuff, getting into everything. So you have to figure out a creative way to keep your kids busy. So we used to, at one point, guys, until he got big enough, we went and bought one of those gigantic Fisher Price, I don't know what it was. It was a rounded gate, an enclosed gate. And what it did is it at least kept him in this big circle, and we kept him in there watching shows and doing things. And Sebastian also used it, but we used it for Jayden until obviously we couldn't no more because he was too big for it. So those are just things you have to think of. I used to block off one room with a gigantic couch and like turn it the other way so they couldn't just climb, like get up on the couch cushion and then like have like a baby step, flip it around so the back end is blocking. If you can contain your child into one room, that's always easier when they're younger. I remember those things. I used to get very Tetris-y with my mind like skills. So whatever works for you guys, that's all I'm saying. I know I'm running late here on information, but I just want you guys to think about all of that stuff. There's a lot to process now that our kids are home every day. So I hope that helps just a little bit. I'm sorry Madi wasn't here. She is handling the house right now, and she just wasn't even gonna ask her because I know where she's at right now. But I did steal all of her stuff. I hope that helped a little bit on what we do, and I hope you guys are doing okay. And remember, this is tough for all of us included, everyone around you. So don't think you're the only one going through this storm or going through this hard time, because it's a very real thing. And don't be afraid to talk with people and just vent. It's always healthy to get out there and talk with other people. All right, guys, I need to get going. I need to get back inside. That's it for today's video on homeschooling and more potential meltdowns. So good luck. Keep the faith. Stay positive. God bless you guys. And until next time, see ya.